the High Point C9. Um, I've had this firearm for a few years, and I've got about 650 or 700 rounds through it. And so I figured, you know what, it's probably time to go ahead and change out the firing pin assembly, so the firing pin and the firing pin springs, as well as the recoil spring. But we'll go over that in a separate video. Um, so what did I do? I called up High Point, um, and got on the phone with them and basically told them, look, I've got quite a few rounds through my High Point. I'm wondering what it would take to get a new firing pin assembly and a new recoil spring. And they basically said, yeah, that's fine. What's uh, they asked for the number of the firearm. Forgive me, I'm blanking right now. Um, so I gave them the number, and they uh, basically asked for my address and my name, and that was it. No shipping, no nothing. Um, about a week and a half later, what shows up in my mailbox, but not one, but two firing pin spring assemblies and a brand new recoil spring and guide rod. Um, so it was really awesome, really great customer service with High Point. I definitely applaud High Point on their customer service. Um, that is part of their lifetime warranty. Is if you've got a problem with the firearm, you can send it in to them and they'll fix it free of charge. Or if you have the know how to fix it yourself, they will just send you the parts. So it's really great. So today I figured I'd make this short little video about go ahead and replacing my firing pin assembly. So first off, just to show you the firearm is clear. As you can see here, nothing in the chamber, nothing down here. Hey, okay, good to go. Awesome. So these High Points are kind of a pain to take apart. They are not fun to take apart at all. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to grab a little handy dandy tool here. This is actually not the tool for this. This is actually the tool for one of my Tauruses, but it will work. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but when you pull it all the way back, when you pull the slide all the way back, lock it into place, there is a pin right back here. You actually have to punch that pin out in order to disassemble the gun. So we'll flip it over. We'll grab my little punch here and smack on the back of it until it comes free, like so. Then we'll grab a pair of pliers and attempt to pull this out without hitting my camera. We'll see if that works or not. There we go. Awesome. So take the little pin out, set him over to the side. Now is the tricky part. I know you thought that was the tricky part, but it isn't. The recoil spring is now compressed, and as we take the slide off, we need to be careful not to launch the recoil spring all the way across the room. So first off, we're going to take that safety off. We're going to pull back on the slide just a little bit and then lift up on it. And we're going to gently slide forward, trying not to lose that recoil spring, as you can see right here. It's the recoil spring. So we will go ahead and leave the recoil spring in there for now. We'll talk about that in a later video. Set the frame to the side, and we will grab the slide here. So the next thing we need to do is pull this little doll head out. That guy right there. And we will set him to the side as well. And then if we just dump out the back, we will find the firing pin stuck. Of course it is. There it goes. Awesome. So we've got the firing pin here and the firing pin springs right over here. Sorry, phone ringing. Awesome. So, got our old firing pin springs. We're going to set those to the side. I'm not going to throw those out because I am cheap and they're not in terrible shape. And so we will grab the old stuff, drop it in here, and then put an X on the bag. That way I know that it's an old one. Awesome. So now it's pretty simple. We're just going to take the long spring, stick it in the shorter spring, stick it inside, piece of cake. Then we'll take our firing pin, drop him in this hole right here in the back, and drop our springs in. Oop. Try that again. Perfect. And then replace our doll head back in the back, and we should be good to go. So now here's a real tough part, is trying to put this thing back together. We're going to try to catch this recoil spring right here on the front lip of the slide. I don't know if you can see that. The lip right there on the slide. So we're going to try to catch that recoil spring on that lip as we feed the barrel back through the slide. As we do that, we're trying to line that doll head, which is right up in here, in a little hole down here on the bottom. Let's see if I can do this around the camera or not. And I did. Just like that. Now we're going to cock it all the way back, like so. And then we're going to replace our pin. And again, I'm going to use the back of a screwdriver. There we go. Grab our punch. Smack myself on the fingers twice. And we're good to go. Everything's great. So now the firing pin has been changed out. Piece of cake, guys. Well, thanks for watching my video. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button down at the bottom of the page. If you like the content that I'm putting out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Your time, guys.